Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, we are into the session of Q3, the final session before the race, and the final session that decides the grid, final session that decides who's gonna be where in the top 10. Ooh, that was close release from the garage as we see drivers leaving their pits, leaving the car. Ooh, okay, that's a bit of a problem, but yeah, here's the top 10. There's Born, Arubel, Fredrik, Phil, Lilom, Bera, Ports, Stoss, and Spaghetti in P9. Okay, I'm missing one more driver. I wonder if that's a glitch or something, as we only have 9 drivers in this session. That we're supposed to have 10. Possibly there's one driver we are not able to see. I could only assume that, because I guess so. Some of the drivers... okay, I wonder if it's... Okay, let me count it out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Indeed, there are 9 drivers. I wonder what's wrong. I've never really seen that before. Only 9 drivers out on track. That'll be interesting to see, as we will just enable... Oh yes, that's nice. That is interesting. That is absolutely glorious, absolutely amazing for our broadcast to see who is where around the map. That is going to be interesting, as we currently have 9 drivers on the track. I'm really confused here what's wrong, but it's okay. Okay, all these drivers are there trying their... Okay, so possible thing could be that maybe being there less drivers, not full 20 drivers, 1 driver less into the top 10, I don't know, so that it becomes a top 9. That is interesting to see, as well as Phil. Okay, so Phil, one of our first drivers to be on a flying lap of this Q3 session. This is a short session of all, in terms of all 3 sessions. The McLaren drivers are running nice touch to the McLaren livery this weekend in Saudi Arabia. Round 11, the championship, pretty much the championship deciders, Saudi and Abu Dhabi. Okay, as we have Phil and Arubel around the flying lap. Arubel made it to the top 10. Surely he would want to do one thing, and that is replicate his Q1 lap. That was 1:27.0. That was the fastest of anyone. He did finish P5, 1:27.7 in the last session, as Bera already out of the session, as Phil around the last corner. How fast can he go? Finish line. Okay, that is interesting. Okay, so that is interesting. Only okay, it might be just beginning now, as I thought. So he would be registering a lap time, but he hasn't done so yet. Or has he? Because wait a minute. Okay, so he does not. He hasn't. He might have not finished a lap time yet. Oh, Lilom 1:27.5. That is interesting. Lilom putting fast laps as well. So that time is faster than Arubel's Q2 lap time. See what he can do. Lil Bera already out of the session, having a 5th-place grid drop. Penalties around the last finish line. He comes. Arubel goes fastest. That is interesting. Currently, he is on pole. Arubel on pole, 1:27.1. As I was saying, he might be saving his best for Q3, and he indeed has 1:27.1, and I'm sure he will do more improvements on his second stint. That is interesting. So do not rule out for the pole position. Ooh, goes fastest Stoss, 1:27.0. 1:27.0.077. That is interesting. Arubel and Stoss, the top 2. Now Arubel looks the slowest. It's only a few hundredths of a second separating these two, the top 2. The current front row is Stoss and Arubel. Lilom in P3, Ports P4, Spaghetti P5, and Phil P6, sorry. As we have 9 drivers, and one of them is already out of this session. So 8 of the drivers, 6 of them have registered a lap. As Born now beginning his lap as 1:27.0 from Stoss. Current pole position. Currently on pole, Stoss. Currently on pole with I wonder if he'll have another set of the soft compound tire to come again with the fresh set and improve on his current time. How much improvement does he has left himself? 127 zeros are the ones, the times we've seen this so far this weekend. Can someone be the one to go to 126s? It could be either Rubel or Stoss. These two could be the ones to make a headline for the Grand Prix. Yeah, as Rubel is just ahead of Stoss. And okay, so Stoss, having the VRs wide open, will go past Rubel. Rubel just saving the battery. Oh, that is interesting. 100% as Stoss now moves to the inside line. And okay, interesting, as Rubel also into the pits. As almost everyone now into the pits, yes. Almost every... Okay, Bourne. How fast can he go? Hasn't put in a lap yet. His first Q1 lap. How fast will he go? Will he be near the top leaders? Will he be near the top drivers? Goes P3. Absolutely nice. Slower than Rubel, but faster than Lilom. 127.5. Still a long way to Rubel's lap time, but still absolutely nice. So the top three is Stoss, Rubel and Bourne. Lilom and Ports complete the top 5. Only car out on track. Okay, so Fredrik, that is just nice. Fredrik hasn't put in a lap time yet, but remember in Q1 he didn't have a lap time on board, but in the end put a lap that made himself enough for the top 15. Let's see what he can do. Okay, that's Bourne. Must be pitting. He's on an in lap as well. With less than 5 minutes remaining in this Q3 session, the excitement and the fun for Q3 and the fight for the pole position to see who will be the one on top, who will be the one with the fastest lap time in qualifying to start on the front, starting number 1. Just after this session, we'll go on to a 25 lap race here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Fredrik now. Fredrik on an outlap. We're aboard with Bourne here, as no one really out on track right now with Bera out of the session. Bera would have been one of the one in the contention, but he, I guess, so crashed or maybe retired, as he did have a penalty, 5th place grid drop penalty, which means he will not be starting there. So yes, watch out for that. Bera must not be starting in the top 9 if he gets that penalty. If he does, if that penalty applies to the race, he should be outside the top 10. As now we should be seeing all the drivers, all the top drivers, top people. Lilom now on an outlap, as we should be seeing really soon all these drivers going on an outlap, as Stoss might want to improve on his current time of 127.077, as Rubel is currently 127.140, yes, as sector 3 yellow flag. Okay, yellow flag sector 3. Not many cars that are out on track, so I don't know what's the case, as Lilom will just begin his flying lap. Is probably, yeah, okay, so there's could be his final flying lap, but it might not be the final flying lap, but the final stint for the rest. As Fredrik, his light is still flashing, so I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's still harvesting and saving the fuel. He might have, I believe so. Yeah, he might have ruined his lap, but let's see how it goes. Lilom currently the only one on a flying lap, as everyone else comes out and ooh, that was interesting. With that, I believe so, if the map turns purple, which means he just might have put in the fastest first sector. Lilom currently 127.5, 4th fastest so far, but has he just done the magic? Has he done the magic? No one was expecting, as there is a yellow flag, but that must be just for the cars slowing down to let others past, as Fredrik around the last few corners. As we see into sector 3 is Lilom now. I expect improvements from the driver. I expect maybe to improve on his current lap time of 1:27.563. Has he improved? As Frederick just ahead of him, 1:31, not really the lap. He might have aborted. As goes P3, that is interesting. At least improves by a tenth or so in P3 now. 1:27.4. Really good job, Leland. 1:27.4 in P3. Top three for a top five here are Stoss, Arubel, Leland, Bourne, and Ports, completing the top five. Everyone on an outlap right now as we come to the ending parts and the ending minutes of the final session, as Stoss just round the final corner to begin the final dance in qualifying and his final flying lap. So is Arubel. Arubel is already on the lap. Will he improve on his time and will he go on pole? Just stay here and see the magic. Can anyone, it's still anyone's game. Still anyone can take it. Anyone can snatch it. That's interesting. He improves by a tenth. Better times in Sector 1. How can he do in Sector 2? Here we are again with Stoss now. Has he improved? Does he improve? And that's red. Okay, he is improving. Frederick goes fastest. He's taking the checkered flag, but he's on pole. 1:26.8. Can anyone deny him? That's absolutely amazing. Sorry if you've missed the action, but only because no one was expecting to be there. And Arubel is improving massively as well. This is going to be a nice little dance in the end for Q3 for all the cars. Arubel currently P3 on the final dance. Round the final corner he comes. Is he going to be on pole? Is he going to deny Frederick for the pole position here? Round the finish line he comes. He's on pole. Arubel goes on pole. 1:26.7. Massive improvements. 1:26.7. Let's have a look at this man here. What he can do, Stoss. He doesn't improve. That is interesting. I think, no, he does not improve. Currently P3 and just takes the checkered flag. So that is going to be it for Stoss. Not the pole position for our championship leader, sorry. Frederick, as I just said, do not rule Frederick out, as what he made us look at the end of Q1. An absolutely great lap from him, I'd say. He should be happy about that. P2, interesting. Really great. Just in the end, the gap less than a tenth. Arubel, Frederick, Ports, and Stoss and Spaghetti complete the top five. The bottom five are Leland, Bourne, Phil, and Bera. Bera without a lap, and I don't think he might, if the penalty, there was a penalty, but I wonder if that'll apply. As we now move on to the race. After an inaugural and exciting qualifying and Q3 action, we're going on to the race with an awesome lap time it was from Arubel. Huge pole position, and Frederick in second place, if I'm not mistaken, as we just wait for the 5 red lights to go and we go racing, as the teams are just preparing for every other driver on the grid to get them to the best of that. Let me tell you, from P1 to P20 or P19, 18, everyone wants to win here and score some good points. Let's see how it goes. It could be chaotic in Saudi Arabia. Here we are, 5 red lights, and we go racing. Go, go, go. As a good start from Arubel, good start from Frederick. As Stoss gaining positions, as round the outside goes Arubel, as there is, ooh, so close there, as through goes. Wheel to wheel there, Frederick and Arubel, Stoss and Spaghetti. Great, and a clean start. That has to be said. A clean start at the start. Is already a yellow flag in Sector 1. Is there a spin or something, as one of the drivers is losing many positions. Oh, there is that is Marcellus and Y. As we save virtual safety car already just into lap 1, and you see a virtual safety car. That is wild. Good start from Marubel. Great start from Marubel. Good getaway from Frederick as well, keeping up the position. It's 5-second time penalty for Hornet. Hornet is currently in 18th place, already receiving a penalty, as these guys at the bottom part of the grid are not so fast. Maybe not fast on the track, but faster getting penalties. Let's see how it goes for it. Current top 5. We have Rubel, Frederick, Stoss, Spaghetti, Lilom, Bourne, Ports, Phil, Bera, and Power completes the top 10. Virtual safety car still going. When will it go green? As soon as it's green now. As we go racing again, how far can Frederick hold? Then Stoss behind. Stoss is a fiery driver, as Rubel on the medium tire as well, as maybe Frederick there tries to go for a move, as Phil maybe made a move there. Ooh, oh, spins him around. He's just spun around the driver. That is really not good. He's just spun around one of the drivers. That is so not good. Maybe he's made himself a progress, but one of the drivers is already does a DNF. Already a DNF over there. And the guy driver is in the bottom part. Virtual safety car again. Really interesting. As yeah, the top 5 is still the same before the okay, it's full safety car now. Crazy, really, just all the drivers crashing into each other, as now Vi is out of the pits. Hornet with a penalty. Ports, 2, Power like, Porky, Meme, all these guys in the bottom part of the grid. Okay, it's a full course safety car. We're on lap 2 of 25. Already a safety car to the race. Let's see how it goes. As we see the top 5 bunched up with each other. Then Bourne really much behind. Then Phil, Beer and P8. So I believe so. Maybe his penalty was not applied. He is in P8, so I guess so. He must have, yeah, must have started in P9. We will let me actually get the details here. Yeah, so Bera gaining 1 position, which means he did start in P9. So that is interesting. Mirawu 6 positions. Remember, Mirawu was starting P16, if I'm not mistaken. Denny 8 positions gained. Denny didn't even put a lap in Q1, and a 5-second temp. Oh, that is a 5-second time penalty. Really interesting, but a time penalty or the driver. As you have these drivers as the top 6. The top 6 are on the medium tire. Then Bera on soft. Then he's got on mediums. And a few drivers on the hard compound tires, but a few of them have just pitted, as we see a massive amount of drivers pitting for a new set of tires. As from hards to medium goes Meme, a front wing change for him as well, as many drivers have to do unplanned stops, getting the damages from the start of the race, as the field is bunched up to the safety car here. Lap 3 out of 25. 1 safety car is already out there. In last race, I believe we had four whole safety cars that really slowed the process of racing down. One driver's mistake punishes the whole grid, stops them racing and wastes some lap time. But let's see how it goes here, as it'll be interesting that how good can you do a safety car restart here around the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. As we just see that safety car could be in this lap or could not. It depends when the debris is cleared all, as they the marshals work to get the track clean and good for racing, as the field is now bunched up. Safety car could be going in this lap, which will be sensible decision for race control, but Have they made the correct one? Not yet. Okay, safety car stays another lap in, and a 5-second time penalty for a meme. Already, I think he was in the pits changing a front wing, already receiving a penalty now. But let's see how it goes. Safety car still continues. That is going to be interesting. Lap 4 begins with the safety car still on. So that means when safety car goes in, that's going to be the beginning of lap 5. So with that, that's going to be 21 racing laps remaining. As soon as it goes green for racing, as all these drivers now slow up just behind the safety car to seal up everything, as Mercedes one DNF from this race so far. The likes of Ports in P18 right now, with he might have picked up damage on lap 1, ending up on the soft compound tire. He's just pitted as okay, so the driver starting on the soft could have been Denny, Maravu and Bera, just 3 laps on those tires. The medium tire runners, it's going to be nice for them to maybe go for like 15 to even 20 laps, you never know, on this medium tire, but they won't need to go now, as barely there'll be any 20 laps remaining as it goes green, so probably does their job a little easier, having them go maybe 15 laps more, like till lap 20, then pit for the soft compound tire. It's still going to be great racing between the top 5 to see how good can they do. Don't rule out Phil, he's also on the same tire, same laps. So it could be interesting as Bera, a little Bera as well. Maybe another safety car, and that could be the job done for maybe someone behind as well. Interesting, as I'm sure as much as these drivers, as much as you are, these drivers are more eager to go racing and go green this afternoon, this evening, I shall say, here in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix circuit. Race control, safety car in this lap. Yes, that is going to be really, really nice. The safety car is now pulling up from the field, and let's see how good can Arubel do the restart, and when will he push, when will he give it a throttle to say that now let's come and we race. But let's see how it goes. The safety car hasn't entered the pits yet, so these guys should be slow, weaving here and there. Arubel trying to save from Fredrik trying to save from Stoss, trying to save from Speckett, from Bearborn, from Phil, from Bera, as we go racing here in Saudi. Straight to the throttle goes Arubel, is down the inside line, chance maybe for Stoss on Fredrik. No, he doesn't, as round the outside goes Speckett. That is really nice, as we were seeing. I was saying that Stoss could be having a threat, but he's got a threat. That was a great move from Speckett, round the outside. Oh, into the back, as I just saw a driver bump into the back of one of the drivers, and already, come on. There's a yellow flag caution in sector 1, but I really do not want a safety car. I'm sure no one wants to, even these drivers at the top want to race. It's the same order from Arubel, Fredrik, Speckett and Stoss, and Bourne complete the top 5. Is Speckett into P3 and moving into the podium positions, doing a really fine job. Around the outside of Stoss, gaining the position. Okay, let's see how it goes, as Bourne falling behind a little bit from the top 4, from point 3 the gap to Stoss, as the top 4 are really glued to each other's rear wings, as Fredrik now right behind Arubel, round the outside. There could be a chance. There's through, yes, round the outside goes Fredrik. Oh, has he made the mistake? Might make contact. Oh, through goes, wow, through goes Speckett into the race, lead of the race. That is interesting and absolutely awesome, as that is Arubel losing out of this. He was from the lead, in the lead of the race, as fastest lap now for Speckett. Wow, Arubel really losing positions over position now. P5 for him, even behind Bera. Wow, he for sure will be pissed. Fredrik now leads the race He's leading the race now. I believe so. He's a new driver and someone first race of the season, maybe for him, and he's leading the race. That is going to be interesting and absolutely nice to see all these talented drivers. As now with Arubel losing position and the field getting slow, they are all separated less than 1 second from Frederick, the race leader, to Meravu in P10. We are on lap 6 of lap 25 as Bourne makes a move in Arubel. Arubel is stuck in the backpack now. Maybe stuck in the backpack. Not mistake, but he just lost positions and then kept losing again and again as we see the battle here. Ooh, he's right behind Bourne and ahead of Isco. Can Isco make a move as Bourne goes ahead? But round the outside, the same position, he lost positions. But this time he will not. Round the outside, tries to make the move stick and seal the deal. Oh, Bera puts the fastest lap on the soft compound tire as Stoss tries to make a move round the outside, down the inside line. Ooh, really loses. Yes, Frederick loses the race of the lead. Yes, he does. The Spaghetti into the lead of the race as now losing positions is Frederick. This is absolutely nice. You get a few switchbacks and you lose positions as Bera now in third place in the Williams car livery. Ooh, Frederick closed. Arubel right ahead of Isco as Frederick went wide and rejoins ahead of them. I wonder if he'll return the position or he will be told to return the position as lap 7 of 25. Ooh, there's a yellow flag sector 2. We see cars go by as I do see cars going down at Ports. Ports is all again spun. I wonder if this was a tap from someone else or has he done it with a mistake of his own. That is not so going to be good as Stoss. Now Stoss is right behind Spaghetti and Bera as well. Frederick has lost out, but the top 3 super close. Spaghetti and Stoss around the final corner. DRS should be enabled this lap. But it is enabled already. I missed that. And right behind with DRS, Stoss should be comfortable making a move. Rounding out, through Stoss, takes the lead of the race and now leads the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. In lap 8, the current championship leader. Taking the lead of the race and in clear air. Let's see how good he can do. Stoss was looking good in qualifying. Started third place, I believe so, but he's currently ahead of both the drivers in the race leader. 9/10, that's crazy. Oh, Spaghetti out of the race. Oh, Phil almost into the back, and Spaghetti out of the race, and already a second safety car. Spaghetti, I don't know if it was a crash or something, but he's out of the race. And on lap 8 we already have a second safety car. Lap 5 we went green, and lap 8 another safety car. That is crazy. 2 safety cars within a span of 2 laps. As Stoss currently leads from Bera, from Frederick, and Arubel in 4th place. Really changed the order from how it was before or earlier, as we had the first. It's super different now. Oh yeah, and that's nice as we're seeing action in the pit lane as well. Yeah, that is nice. Okay, he's good. Just receives the penalty, receiving into the pits as hard tires for Stoss. He does lose track position, does lose race position, but does get fresh rubber, and if no safety car, he should be still able to go to the end on the hard tire. Definitely would have been a questionable thing to do on the soft tire. I think Bera absolutely nice. He's currently in 5th place. So everyone ahead pits, and that's second place for Bera. Remember, he started on the soft compound tire in 9th place. After having to retire early in the Q3 session. As we are around the safety car, Phil leads. That's nice for him. Currently leads both Porky and Y, both Alpine livery cars. Phil must be happy about leading a race, but sir, you're a pit stop behind. Oh, so that is interesting, as we just go on to check for the detail as stopped. Oh yes, okay, so even Vi, that is interesting. So yes, even Vi has pitted for once, but only Phil and Porky have not. Okay, so Y is on 7-lap all medium tires, but somehow if he could do a good job, he could get those to the end maybe, because he has pitted once, so he does not need to pit because of the regulations, as now Phil and Porky could be the left in the dust who have not pitted yet. Safety car still going on. Into lap 10 we will go. It still be safety car, so maybe we could see green flags into lap 11. That'll be interesting to see, if even we could, as everyone is bunched up now behind the safety car. There are 2 cars behind, A2 and Lilom. But okay, as Powerlight is pitting, I believe he is paying the penalty he picked up. I think it must have been speeding in the pit lane. We're here in lap 10, behind safety car. The top 3 on all tires, the rest of the field, every single one on brand new ones. And we are in lap 10 out of 25. It's a safety car, it should be going green. Into lap 11 we go. It's gonna be fun to see. I'm expecting to see the battle between Stoss, between Bera and Fredrik, and Urubel as well as Isco. So that could be the top 5 for the battle. But for that, we need to go green. We've had just our second safety car. Earlier, it was a virtual safety car first, then a virtual safety car to a full safety car, and now a safety car. So, yeah, full course safety cars, 2 so far in this race. There were 4 in Zandvoort. But I hope so. These drivers would be kind to each other now. And just do something nice to not cause a safety car and go racing in all the remaining 15 laps. Our 2 DNFs from this race are Spaghetti and Mercedes. Spaghetti was looking good. He was looking promising for that race win and that race lead. But he ended up losing his car, maybe as, oh yes, thank you, safety car in this lap, safety car in this lap. And how good will Phil do? How good will he be on the safety car restart? Will he lose positions or will he keep up to it? It's gonna be up a test for him. How good can he do? Him, Porky and Y on a bit old tires, as Stoss is just on the rear wing of Y. Right behind them, let's see if we could see some action, as Phil for now is clear, as right behind the Stoss behind. Woo. Okay, moving to the inside line, trying to have a move, but cannot, is Y on Porky. Okay, so Phil, absolutely nice job he's done. He's kept up the lead, as round the outside of Stoss. Wow, round the outside of Stoss, through goes Bera, goes off the tracks, comes to rejoin safely, but will he keep the position? As retired from the session is Hornet, and wide, yes, wide goes Fredrik. Wide goes Fredrik, that was interesting. And there's a yellow flag. There is a yellow flag and a virtual safety car. Just right now, we have another DNF. Hornet maybe put himself in the wall, but it's this virtual safety car. We just had a safety car, and 3 laps later, green flag we go, and then again flip. Phil, good job Phil, keeping up the lead so far. in this virtual safety car. It's yellow still, as it's Phil leading, Porky in second, Vi in third, Bera in fourth, and Fredrik in fifth, as Stoss sixth position. Okay. Top three pretty much on old tires. So the new tires are Bera in the lead, Fredrik in second, and Stoss third. As oh yes, we go green. That is nice. We go green here. Green racing. We go. As it's gonna be interesting to see. Arubel right behind Stoss now. He must be taking it personal, wanting that win. Surely he was the race leader, but lost it at some point. As we're right on board, round the outside, tries to go with great defending, but round the outside, will there be contact? Oh, there might have been slight contact between the two, as ahead goes Arubel, but they're still wheel to wheel. Has he made the move stick? Not yet so, but he has now. His car length ahead. Absolutely nice, and there's a penalty for Stoss in 7th place. Stoss. That is technically 4th place, as everyone else ahead should be slower and should be getting out of the way. But that is great move as Stoss, as Arubel right behind. Oh, almost into the back of Fredrik, as he's right there, as Arubel is trying to fight him as well. Oh, there is another. Okay, there's a car. That was Fredrik. Fredrik losing positions. Yes. Not so good. Oh, spin. That's a spin of Stoss. Stoss spins. And that could be Stoss losing many positions. And that is interesting and really sad. Many drivers now retiring from the session. As I was saying, Arubel had a mistake and lost many positions, but he should be in 2nd place as people ahead get out of the way soon. 2 of them are yet to pit, and 1 of them should be not so good on the hard tire. Arguably on an old tire, as we see. What he does, race control DRS enabled, but they won't get it here as Arubel round the outside. Can he make the move stick? Not yet. Will he go for the switchback? Will he do it? Oh yes, he has. He's got great traction out of the corner, but not so far. He tries to have a look, but not yet. Lap 13 of 25. Many drivers out of the race. 4 drivers out of the race are Isco, Hornet, Spaghetti, and Marcellus. Out of the race as wide goes, yes. Wide goes Barrett. Oh, sorry, Bera. Little Bera goes wide, and that makes him lose the lead of the race. And in 2nd place is Arubel, but Phil ahead is supposed to stop and is yet to stop. So that is technically the lead of the race. As Fredrik in 5th place. He looks interesting. He looked promising. Oh, there is fighting there between the two. Between Fredrik and Porky. Let's see how it goes, as Fredrik currently keeping himself ahead of the drivers. As through goes Arubel, making a move on Phil, not really fighting that hard, not having pitted yet. We're on lap 14 of 25. Not many laps to the end of the race, so it's going to be interesting to see how good these could do. As we just have a bottom of the field. Oh yes, as Stoss now in 10th place. He might be pissed off. He's surely gonna be pissed off. There was an incident that knocked him out. Not even for the race lead fight, but for the points as well. He's only in 10th place, the current championship leader. You do not want to see. He would not want to see if he would win the race. His chances of winning the championship would be better and better. But let me tell you, the man happy right now would be this. Arubel currently leading the race, had a fair share of incidents at the start, but keeping it steady, keeping it going at the right now at the moment, and surely, let me tell you, no one's going to be more happy than him. Okay, Lil Bera as well. Both of these two, the top 2 in the race, are in the top 4 fight for the championship. Both of these are surely going to be happy for that. Stoss is down, because he was the current championship leader, but let's see how it goes. There's a long race still. Many things could happen, as they've happened so far. Nice, as Bera is just falling behind a little bit as Rubel is pulling away as we see penalties again. Fastest lap. Okay, fastest lap for Fredrik. And there was a car spinning. Oh yes, that was Porky, really. Porky, come on. Stoss in 7th place. That is interesting. Many incidents come past. Incidents fail him down, but he's back into 7th place. If he shows enough pace and enough determination for that, he could be regaining the lead. Currently in lap 15 out of 25. Fredrik right behind Phil, struggling to get ahead. Medium tire versus hard tire. Around the outside goes Fredrik, ahead of Phil, quite easy and steady. That is nice, really. Gap forming between the top two as well as we see these drivers. Ooh, okay, so there is a gap forming between Stoss as well. Now Stoss on his way to catch at 2, to try and catch at 2, because P6. Many points he can pick, and he can do a recovery drive from there pretty much. That'll be impressive from him. Yes, indeed. Let's see how it goes as we're still on board with Stoss. This race is going to be a bit of a boring part here, but let's see how good it could be. We would need one thing right now, and that is for Bera to pick up the pace. Currently 1.3 seconds to Arubel ahead. Arubel would be loving and cruising, but either Arubel to do a bit of a mistake, or maybe something Bera could do unorthodox. But I don't think these hard tires are really working for him. I don't think so, because he might be struggling a bit. That's what I think so. But let's see, can he prove us wrong? This man Fredrik as well, he's also had a few of the incidents. He just got ahead of Phil on track. Phil just pitted. That is interesting, as we just see Stoss making positions. Stoss is really making positions and getting ahead of all these drivers quite easily. He just reaches them and gets ahead of them. Stoss surely has pace. Yes, Stoss saying and sending the message to the leaders: do not stay quiet, I'm coming for ya. Lap 16 of 25. Still plenty of time for him to regain all the laps, regain all the time. Okay, as I actually want to go to this man Phil. Okay, here is Phil. He's on the soft compound tire. Only if he can get this soft compound tire to 10 laps time from here, but that's a nice move. He's in P10. If he could do enough, P8. So if he could do enough a little bit to keep, if not gain, but at least he could save this position, defend this position, and gain some valuable points for himself in the Drivers' Championship. As okay, Stoss, okay, currently in P5, but at 2, maybe trying to make a move on Stoss again. Maybe trying to make a lunge down the inside. Stoss on the hard tire, a 2 on the medium tire. As we are seeing Stoss gaining on every other driver. Has he done it enough? Lap 17 we go, as surely a 2 is putting pressure. A 2 must be in a Mercedes, I believe so. So he must be putting a pressure on the Red Bull from the Mercedes. So let's see how it goes as these guys go racing and fun in the green lights, as it's lap 17. Okay, okay, so the lap gap to the leader and the top 2 is 8/10. There's 3-second penalty for Porky, making too many mistakes, mate. And Fredrik has fallen behind really a lot. 2.3 seconds, that is a lot if you consider it in racing. So I think yes, Denny in P4 and Stoss in P5. So yes, this man here pretty much the only hope for all of us to get an entertaining bit, as 5/10. Yes, with the help of the RS. Now it's going to be interesting in the race lead. Can Bera be making a move down the inside line? He will not be, but into lap 18 we go. These guys are now separated by less than a second. Really interesting between the two, really interesting for all the races, for all the fans. Let's see how it could be. Lap 18, okay, indeed, of 25. So we're just coming to the end, to the ending part of the race. Rubel really wants this for AlphaTauri. Bera really wants this for Mercedes. I do not see Navaf this race, who was also one of the race, one of the championship. He was in fact leading the championship into Zandvoort. Did a great sprint as a team effort from Rubel and Navaf, and then nothing really doing in the race and retired. But let's see how it goes here for Rubel. Can he get redemption for Zandvoort? He did good in Zandvoort, but not enough to be on the top step. But will he want to be here on the top step to win the race? Yes, this is gonna be nice. This is really gonna be nice. Now Perez ever closer. Oh, in the wall! In the wall is Fredrik. Really, Fredrik spinning and hitting, damaging himself, as ever closer was Bera to Rubel. That kind of ruined the party for Fredrik. Now really putting great qualifying laps, but really maybe doing not so good for himself as Stoss. That allows Stoss to be in 4th place. That is interesting. Stoss just doing a great recovery so far. Lap 19, Danny in third place. Danny would be super happy. He, I think, finished in fact P4 or so in Zandvoort, but receiving penalties not good enough. As Bera now right behind Rubel on lap 19 of 25. As we'll see how good they can do, what they can do. And there is a yellow flag, yes. Yellow flag, sector 1. Vi is out of the race, I believe so. He might have crashed. Kudos to Fredrik. He must have saved the car. He could still walk away with a few points if he just keeps it on track. As there's a DNF for Vi. He must, I believe so, he must have put it in the wall. A DNF right away as Stoss in 4th place, doing a great job recovering, as now less than half a second, and it's with DRS for Lil Bera. Can he make a move on Rubel for the race lead? Can he do good enough? As into lap 20 we go. Will he make a move down the inside line? No, he won't. He wants to play it safe, wants to go to the ending part of the Grand Prix to maybe try a move then, but he doesn't want to risk and end any of the drivers' race, because that is horrible. You finish second, that's going to be great. But if you do not even finish and pick up points, I believe so. I think he must be must have learned from Zandvoort, because a similar mistake ended his race. So that's going to be interesting what he will do there. Half a second between the leaders still. So see what they can do. So far, the 5 drivers out of this race are Vi, Isco, Hornet, Spaghetti and Mercedes. Fredrik receiving a penalty for multiple warnings. Currently P8. That is nice. Fredrik making moves. Maybe the driver's going wide. Fredrik really made a mistake. I did indeed almost got it on board of him. I did not. But he ended up in the wall. Saved the car. Didn't DNF. But still... he still managed to continue, but on lap 20 VR we see Stoss and the threat from A2 as well, and unable to catch. Ooh, they're right there. Oh, as we just missed that. Bera is ahead of Rubel now. Into lap 21, Bera leads the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. As we were just focused on the battle behind, as there's these guys catching to Denny now for the top 3, as Rubel now losing the race lead again. He might be sad. He might be a bit broken, but don't be at this time, that's for sure. I think it's going to be important for Rubel to stay right within 1 second, because the pace of Bera now unveiling in clear air. Surely in dirty air he was not that good, but he's now pulling away maybe, because he does need redemption for Zandvoort. He does need a race win from Zandvoort that he missed. Ports is out as well. And that is interesting. Another driver, so that's our sixth driver out of this race so far. Lap 21 of 25. 6 drivers DNFing from this race. We'll see how good the others can do. Still, just 2-3 drivers that won't be getting points. The other would be Cool and Phil. Here, Frederick on the soft tire, but Phil really made a strategic move, and I believe so. Yes, this was one of the best moves. I think usually he might have been the best, but still P6. If he could do that, his McLaren teammate is out of the race, and if he could still continue like this, as P6 would be a lot of points for a driver like relying on strategy a lot. As lap 22 we are in. Rubel in second place. Frederick fastest laps over fastest lap. He's doing good job enough. As Bera, Rubel, Denny. Okay, so Denny, Stoss and Atu just together with each other. We could see them around the map. They're coming around this little part of the track. Yes, it's lap 22 out of 25. Really ending laps of the Grand Prix as Rubel, right? Ooh, okay, I'm just saying that. Woohoo, round the outside goes Rubel. Will take the DRS. Yes, that's going to be nice. So I believe so that there should be DRS to Rubel there, because that could be beneficial. If, oh yes, that is going to be interesting to see what he can do into lap 23. Just within Bera, within the reach of Bera. Will he make a move down the inside line? No, he can't. Keeps it safe and good enough to not make a move. Yeah, let's see how it goes. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun to see who wins the race. Lap 23, and these other guys are still separated by less than a second. Will Bera will be getting a redemption for Zandvoort after crashing out. Will Rubel be finishing on the top step? On the top step after not finishing in Zandvoort. Stoss, last race winner. Stoss currently in 4th place. Definitely he's having a great recovery drive, and he's right behind Denny now. Will anytime soon do see that move, ladies and gentlemen. Anytime soon. Stoss, the current championship leader, had a fair share of incidents in this race. Ended up losing many positions, but recovering well, recovering good. In 2nd place, sorry, 4th place, but surely about to make a move for 3rd place. What he can do there. Let's see what he can do with the help of DRS. Through goes Stoss. Yes, has he made the move stick? Yes, he has. He does not need a braking zone. He does not need to late brake in a corner. He can still get ahead with the help of his pace. Overall pace, but what he can do, super close, and through goes Denny. Denny again. Denny with the help of DRS, but this time it might be Stoss getting the DRS, and he would be getting the lead of the race again. Sorry, lead of 3rd place, and into lap 24 we go. Again gets through is Stoss for 3rd place. That's going to be interesting, as Stoss now fighting to the finish line with Denny for that last place and that last step on the podium. Frederick out of the session and out of the race. Okay, as we see a few people, as Stoss now fighting with Denny for that last podium position, as we have these drivers in lap 24, just one more lap before the final lap of the race, as Frederick out of the race. I don't know if he crashed or something else happened. He's our 6th or 7th driver indeed out of this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We've lost many drivers. Only 12 now remain out of the 19 that started. Fred losing the race, maybe a few incidents earlier, but not really crashing, ending his race. But this time he did end his race. Beryl keeps up the race lead as we begin the last lap. Yes, as we begin the last lap, the show for the last lap on the podium seems to be winning by Stoss. Let's not run out Denny still, but let's see how good will it go. We're here with the drivers. Lil Bera in the race lead. Redemption for then Vought. Rubel in second place. That's going to be a great result still, as Stoss, the championship leader, in third place. Now, not much to go to decide who wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It's still close. Still do not rule out a Rubel. He could any time and any part of the track make a move, make a lunge to get the race lead. But I'm sure he would not be ending the race of neither of them, because he would not want that. Finishing second would be better than not even finishing at all, as just into the last sector they go. Huge gap to third place, 14 seconds, just in the last corner, super close. Woohoo! There'll be traction as on the finish line we come. It's gonna be almost like a photo finish. Redemption for Bera, wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Just behind comes Rubel in second place. Absolutely nice, as Stoss coming home to finish third, the championship leader. Should be keeping the championship lead, I hope so. Ooh, as Denny in fourth place, great result for him as well. At 2 in fifth, and Phil absolutely appreciative. Phil comes sixth, great result for him as well. Maravu, Porky, Meme, and Bone complete the top 10. Parvalike, now just 3 drivers yet to take the checkered flag. Great racing this was, absolutely entertaining fun from the start to finish. From Lil Bera to Rubel to Stoss. Great recovery drive by Strauss as well. Here's your race winner, Lil Bera. Redemption for Zen Vought. And Denny wins the driver of the day, finishing in fourth place. Many drivers again this weekend crashing out of the race, as we see our podium finishers and podium celebration. On the top step is Lil Bera wins the race in Saudi Arabia. Rubel is second, and third comes Stoss, doing a great job, and the podium celebrations. And that's it for Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Here's the classification, as Bera winning, Rubel second, Stoss third, and here's the race order. Let me just get it out for you. Many drivers DNFing, many drivers doing mistakes they didn't want it to do. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a great weekend to enjoy. We did enjoy the racing. See you soon next week.